Hello grade 9 students. Today I am here to teach you chapter 20 in your textbook graphs. That's the last chapter in your second term work. So this is an important lesson because you are getting a question worth 10 marks for your O-level exam, and we are continuing this lesson in grade 10 and 11 as well. So what is this? This is a plane. So you get two axes. X-axis is the horizontal one. We call Y as the vertical axis. So we call it Cartesian plane, or sometimes we call coordinate plane. In your textbook, we use coordinate plane. So here, when you take the x-axis horizontal line, here you get the starting point here. What you call that? Starting point is the origin. And here towards right hand side we put positives, and towards left hand side we put negative values. And here when you look at this coordinate plane, we can see that x goes from -3 to +3. And when it takes the y-axis, it's also -3 to +3. So you can take any number of units depending on your graph. So x-axis marked from -3 to 3, and here y also -3 to 3. The intersection point of the two axes is the origin. So we call this is the origin of the coordinate plane. So same diagram there. So when you take here point A, where's point A? Here. This is point A. So how you read this point? So we can use ordered pair. There's an order for that. First we write down the x coordinate, and the second one is the y coordinate. So look at the x-axis. Here 2 squares to the right and 3 squares up. So we can write 2, 3. Always x first. In a standard pair, the x coordinate is written first and secondly the y coordinate. Now look at B. B is the 0, 0 point, intersection point of x-axis and the y-axis. So we write 0, 0. We call it origin. Origin of the coordinate plane. So the same graph, now we know A, we define 2, 3. B we defined as 0, 0 origin. Now we'll identify the other points. C. Where's C? Here. On the x-axis, 2 squares to the right and not going up. So 2 is the x value and 0. 0 is the y value. D. 1 square and 1 square. 1 square to the right and 1 square up. 1, 1. E, negative way. Negative 1 and 2. 2 up. F, where's F? On the y-axis, 2 squares up. So x is 0 and y is 2. G point on the x-axis, -1 and 0. H1, H point is here, -2 and -2. I, where's I? Here. 3 squares to the left and 1 up. -3 and 1. Which one is J? Identify here. 0 and 1 down. 0 and minus 1. Okay? Here. 2 squares to the right and 2 down. 2 and minus 2. And L is this point. 3 squares to the left and 1 down. Minus 3 and minus 1. M. Where's M? Here. 1 square to the right and 3 down. 1 and minus 3. N is here. 3 squares to the left and 3 down. Minus 3 and minus 3. So you know now how to find out the ordered pair. Always x first and then y value. Look at this one. Draw a coordinate plane where the x-axis and y-axis marked from minus 3 to 3. Here minus 3 to 3, here minus 3 to 3. On this, mark the set of points given below and join these points. Okay, we'll try to mark 2 minus 3. 2, here I'll write down the value 2. 2 minus 3. 2 minus 3 is here. 2 minus 2. Here you can mark it like a cross or a dot with a circle. So I'll mark it as a cross, all these numbers. I'll mark it as a cross here, here. And 2 minus 1 here. 2, 0. 2, 2. 2, 2. 2, 1 also there. And 2, 3. And you are asked to connect. We'll connect all these points, what you get. We get a vertical line. Here we label it AB. So we label it AB, A to B. So when we mark the points above, all points lie on the AB line. So what are the characteristics of this AB line? The straight line AB is parallel to y-axis. So y-axis is here. This line is parallel to this one. The coordinate of x on AB. What's the coordinate on AB? Always 2. Equation of AB. So because we are getting always x value 2, we can write this equation as x equals 2. So this is the equation of AB line. Look at this one. Write the equation of straight lines on the coordinate plane shown. Equation of PQ. PQ is a vertical line and it's parallel to y-axis. And what's the x coordinate here? Any point on PQ line. The x coordinate is minus 2. So what's the equation? X equals minus 2. Equation of the y-axis. Now this is the equation of the y-axis. What's the x coordinate for this one? Always x value is 0. So you can write the equation of the y-axis is x equals 0. Equation of RS. What's the equation of RS? What's the x value there? Here, 2. 2 here, 2 here. Y changes but x value is the same. So what can we write about RS equation? X equals 2. Always the same. So any line parallel to y-axis can be expressed as above. So when you get a vertical line, always you get x equals a value. So value depend on the x coordinate. Now remember the y-axis equation is x equals 0. On the Cartesian plane shown below, mark the given set of points and join. Okay, we'll do that. Minus 2, 2. X is minus 2 and y is 2. Minus 1, 2. Minus 1 and 2. 0, 2. 1, 2. 2, 2 and 3, 2. And join that. Join this. What you get? Now you are getting a horizontal line. So when all the points are connected, they will lie on straight line PQ. So I'll label this one as PQ. Now, what are the characteristics of the line PQ? PQ is parallel to x-axis. Now this is a horizontal line. So it's parallel to x-axis, coordinate of y. We see coordinate of y always 2. For any point on this line and the equation of the line. So because this is always the y equals 2 value, we can write the equation as y equals 2. Y coordinate is always the same. Look at this diagram, equation of KL now. That's a horizontal line. What's the y value there? Minus 3, 3. Minus 2, 3. Minus 1, 3. 0, 3. 1, 3. 2, 3. And 3, 3. Always this is 3. Y equals 3. So what's the equation of KL? Y equals 3. Equation of x-axis. X-axis is this. So always the x value different, but y value is always 0 here. So y is always 0. So what's the equation of the x-axis? We can write as y equals 0. So what's the equation of MN? Y is always minus 2 there. So minus 2. We can write y equals minus 2. Any line parallel to x-axis can be expressed similarly. So we learn 2 things now. If it's vertical, the equation is x equals. If it's horizontal, you get the equation as y equals. And remember, what's the equation of the x-axis? Y equals 0. What's the equation of the y-axis? X equals 0. Write any 3 points on the line x equals 10. X equals 10 is a vertical line, passes through the coordinate of x, 10. So that means always you can get 10 for x. This can be any number. Y can be any number. 10 minus 3. 10 plus 5. Any number for y, but x should be equal to 10. Write any 3 points on the y equals 12 line. That's a horizontal line, passes through y value 12. So y is always 12 now. You can write any x coordinate. 12 with -2, 12 with 1. 12 with 2, 12 with 3, 12 with 4, 12 with 5, 12 with 6, 12 with 7, 12 with 8, 12 with 9, 12 with 10, 12 with 11, 12 with 12, 12 with 13, 12 with 14, 12 with 15, 12 with 16, 12 with 17, 12 with 18, 12 with 19, 12 with 20, 12 with 21, 12 with 22, 12 with 23, 12 with 24, 12 with 25, 12 with 26, 12 with 27, 12 with 28, 12 with 29, 12 with 30, 12 with 31, 12 with 32, 12 with 33, 12 with 34, 12 with 35, 12 with 36, 12 with 37, 12 with 38, 12 with 39, 12 with 40, 12 with 41, 12 with 42, 12 with 43, 12 with 44, 12 with 45, 12 with 46, 12 with 47, 12 with 48, 12 with 49, 12 with 50, 12 with 51, 12 with 52, 12 with 53, 12 with 54, Write the equation of the straight line which passes through given points. Observe carefully. 7, 7. X value is always 7. So, x is 7 means y equals 7 or x equals 7. X is 7. X equals 7. This one, y value is always minus 5. Here also, there's a mistake here. So, we'll put minus sign. Okay, so here, y is always minus 5. We can write y equals minus 5 line. Observe the other one. Y is always 0. Y equals 0. Y equals 0 means the x-axis. And here x is 0. X is always 0. So you can write x equals 0 is the equation of the line. ABCD is a rectangle. Write down the equation of the lines AB. AB is this one. Horizontal line, always the y value is 2. Y equals 2. Equation of BC, it's a vertical line, always x value is plus 2. X equals 2. Equation of CD, it's a horizontal line, always the y value is minus 3. Y equals minus 3. And AD is a vertical line, always the x value is minus 2. X equals minus 2. Straight lines which are not parallel to x-axis. So far we discussed vertical lines and horizontal lines. Now we'll look at this example. Below is given the price of sugar for different masses. So 1 kilo is 100 rupees. 2 kilos, 200. That means 2 times 100. 3 times 100 is 300. So likewise, if this is x and if the price is y, you can write y equals 100x. So this is direct proportion. When one increases, the other also increases. So you can form the equation like y equals 100x. When you substitute x1, you get the price for 1 kilo. X equals 2, price for 2 kilos. If the price of sugar is 0, that means for 0 kilos. Now we'll try to draw the graph. So price is 0, this is 0. If this is 1 kilo, price is 10. If this is 2, this is 200. Here, this is 3, this is 300. And here you get 400 like that. Here. Now, can we join these points? Yes, we can, because you can find out if this is half a kilo, you should be able to find out the price. That means 500 grams. So here, when you connect this, you can find out any value. Why we can connect this? Because this is a continuous one, continuous graph. And also you need to remember, we can call this one as a function. What is a function? The y values, the masses and the prices, the y value is here. Prices changing depend on the mass. So we can say y values are depend on x value. So we call this is a function in mathematics. Y equals 100x is a function. And also we can connect this. Why we can connect this? This is a continuous function. So we'll try to connect it here too. You can start from here and connect all the points. This should be passes through all the points. This is also passes. But if it's something like number of marbles or something, for example, number of marbles and the price, 1 marble 5 rupees, 2 marbles 10 rupees, 3 marbles 15 rupees. Can we now connect this? Here we can't, because we can't get half of a marble. So these are discrete. So you can't connect with a straight line. But this one you can connect. It is a continuous function. So you can find out any in-between values using the straight line. So 2 and a quarter. So somewhere here. So you refer the value, you get the price. 3 and 1/8. So you refer the value from the straight line. Now look at this graph. The function y equals 2x. How we draw it? We need x values and then multiply by 2. So we can take the x value. So I have taken -2 to +2. So here we'll do the calculations. 2 times -2, -4. 2 times -1, -2. 2 times 0, 0. 2 times 1, 2. 2 times 2, 4. So how you write down the ordered pair? X first. -2, -4. Here -1 and -2. 0, 0 and 1 with 2 and 2 with 4. Now we need to draw the graph. We'll mark it -2, -4. -2, -4. Here you need to mark it properly. Here I can't see the squares. It's difficult for me, but you have to mark it correctly. -1 with -2. And 0, 0. 1 with 2. 2 with 4. And you can connect that with a ruler. Connect all the points. You are getting a line here. A line like this. I'll take a continuous line there. So you get this. So what's this graph? Y equals 2x, or this is a function, continuous function, y equals 2x. So what are the characteristics of y equals 2x function? Anywhere on the function, y coordinate is twice the x coordinate. Here we can see that. Always when you multiply by 2, you get the y value. -1 into 2, 0 into 2, 1 into 2. So always y is twice the x coordinate. The line passes through the origin. We can see passes through the origin. Function is towards the positive coordinates of x-axis. So it goes up when it goes to the positive side. And now we'll consider a point -1, -2. This is a point. So we'll divide the coordinates, y coordinates over x coordinates. -2 over -1. What you get? Minus minus positive, you get +2. We'll take the B point 1, 2. So this is B. What's the ratio between y and x coordinates? Y is 2, x is 1. So you get 2 there. Take C point 2, 4. This is C point. So what's the ratio? Y coordinate is 4, x coordinate is 2. You get 2 again. So this constant value, 2, is the gradient of the linear function. The gradient denotes by m. So what is gradient? The steepness of this graph. So here, how we find out the steepness? You can find out the y value and divide by the x value. Take y value, if it's a, take y value, divide by the x value. So if this is m, you can write y equals mx line. This graph passes through the origin. So what's the general form of a straight line? Passes through the origin, we can write y equals mx. M we call as the gradient. Sometimes we call slope. Steepness of a line. So when it comes to finding gradient, here, what can you say about these values? Sometimes small, sometimes big. So I'll teach you, when steepness increases, what happens to the slope or gradient. Now look at this one. Find the gradient m in the equations given below. Y equals 3x. So what is the coefficient of x is the gradient? That's 3. Coefficient of the gradient, nothing there means 1. Coefficient of the x value is half. Here coefficient is negative now. So m equals -2. Here -5 and here -2/3. So we call this is the gradient of a function or a graph, straight line. For the gradients given below, write the equation of the straight line passes through the origin. So we know that what's the general form of a straight line passes through the origin? Y equals mx. M is given. So we can straight away write down the equation y equals 3x. M is 11, y equals 11x. M is -10, that means y equals -10x. And m equals 5/3 means y equals 5/3x. M equals -3/4 means this is -3/4x. Now look at this one. Complete the tables given below and draw all 4 graphs on coordinate plane. So on one coordinate plane, you have to draw all 4 graphs. So to draw a graph, you need to first take your own x values. To draw a graph, what's the minimum number of points you need? 3 points, not 2. Sketching a graph, you need 2 points. So we'll take -0, 1 there and find out the y value. So you get 3 coordinates, ordered pair, mark it and then join the line. So when this is -1, 3 times -1, -3. Then the y value becomes -3. 0 times 3 is 0, y is 0. 1 times 3, 3, y value is 3. Now we'll try to draw that. -1, -3. -1, -3. 0, 0 and 1 with So you get this. So when you connect, what you get? A straight line passes through the origin. We can label it as y equals 3x. That's y equals 3x line. Now we'll take the next graph. Y equals x. Y equals x means substitute x values and find out the y value. Here I have taken -3, 0, 3. You can take any 3 value. It's better to take minus value, 0 and a positive value. -3, x. So x is also -3. 0, 3 and y also the same thing. Now mark the points. -3, -3. So -3, -3. 0, 0. 3, 3. Now when you mark it and connect, you get a straight line like this. This is y equals x line. Now we'll take another color. Now y equals 1/3 x. So you need to divide by 3. So it's easy to take multiples of 3 for x. -3, 0, 3. So divide by 3, you get -1. 0 divided by any number is 0. Then 3 divided by 3, positive 1. So these are the y values. -3, -1. -3, -1. 0, 0. 3, 1. Now when you connect these 3 points, you get the straight line like this. This is y equals 1/3 x. Now we'll take the next one, half x. Y equals half x. So we need to substitute values. Divide by 2 means it's easy to take multiples of 2. -2, 0, 2 for x. -2 divided by 2, -1. So the y value is -1. 0 divided by 2, 0. Y is also 0. 2 divided by 2, 1. Y value is 1. So mark it. -2, -1. -2, -1. 0, 0. 2, 1. So when you connect these 3 points, you get a straight line like this. Y equals half x. The value of gradient m in all graphs. So in y equals 3x, m equals 3. Y equals x means what's the slope? M equals 1. Y equals 1/3 x means m equals 1/3. And y equals half x means m equals half. So these are the gradient values. Now observe carefully all 4 graphs. What can you see? When you rearrange this in ascending order, what's the lowest one? 1/3. Then half, 1 and 3. When you go from the horizontal axis, x-axis, first we get 1/3. Then half, 1 and 3. What you observe? Gradient increases. Here gradient is increasing. The angle makes with the x-axis anti-clockwise with the positive x-axis. So this angle here, angle is increasing. As the gradient increases, the angle makes with the x-axis anti-clockwise is also increases, and it is an acute angle. So always you get an acute angle here. So steepness is increasing. When slope is increasing or gradient is increases means the steepness of the straight line is increases. That means the angle with the positive x-axis also increases, and it is an acute angle. Complete the tables given below and draw all 4 graphs in one. Okay, so here now negative values, negative x, negative 2x, negative half x and negative 1/3 x. So we'll find out the values. Substitute x equals -1 minus -1. You get positive 1. So y is positive. 0 here, 0. 1 when you substitute you get -1. Now try to mark this. -1, 1. So x equals -1 and this is 1. 0, 0. 1, -1. Now try to connect this with the ruler. What you observe? A straight line like this. So we can label it as y equals, I'll write it here, y equals -x. What's the next one? Y equals -2x. Y equals -2x. So here if x equals -1, -1 into -2, that's +2. 0 times this, 0. 1 times -2, -2. So what are the coordinates there? Ordered pair. -1 with 2. -1 with 2 here. Here these are positive y values. 0, 0. 1 -2. Now try to connect with a ruler. You get a straight line like this. What's the equation? Y equals -2x. Now we'll take the next one. -half x. So take x as multiples of 2 because it's divisible by 2. -2 divided by -2. You get positive 1. 0 divided by 2 is 0. 2 divided by -2, you get -1. Now we'll mark it -2, 1. -2, 1. 0, 0, 2, -1. Now we'll try to connect. This is the straight line. What's the equation? Y equals -half x. Now the other one, y equals -1/3 x. Y equals -1/3 x. Better to take multiples of 3. -3 divided by -3. You get positive 1. 0 divided by 3, 0. 3 divided by -3, you get -1. Now, I'll take pink. -3, 1. -3, 1. 0, 0. 3, -1. Now connect with a ruler. You get a graph like this. So what's the equation? Y equals -1/3 x. Now what are the gradients? M equals minus 2, m equals minus 1, minus half, and minus 1/3. Those are the slopes. When you rearrange now, what can you see now? Earlier it was towards positive x-axis. Now here in the negative side, and here these graphs are negatives now. Negative x, negative 2x. Slope or gradient is negative now. So what about the angle with the x-axis? You get here an obtuse angle. Look at all four graphs. With the positive x-axis, you get an obtuse angle. And also, when the steepness, without looking at the negative sign, 2 is the largest gradient, 1, half, and 1/3. So the steepness is increasing, but this is negative, means the angle with the x-axis, it's an obtuse angle, not an acute angle. So remember that when the graph is negative, y equals negative something, you get a graph this way. The angle is always obtuse angle with the positive x-axis. This is anti-clockwise we measure. Anti-clockwise, it's an obtuse angle. Now we'll look at this graph. Y equals 2x plus 3. This is also a function. So we'll substitute some values, x values, to get y values. So here 2 times minus 2 plus 3. Minus 4 plus 3, you get minus 1. So y value is minus 1. Substitute minus 1. 2 times minus 1 plus 3. Minus 2 plus 3, positive 1. 2 times 0 plus 3. You get 3. Now we'll try to mark the points. Minus 2, minus 1. Minus 2, minus 1. Minus 1, 1. 0, 3. And try to connect this. So I get a graph like this. So y equals 2x plus 3 graph. Now what are the characteristics of this graph? It is a linear function. It's a straight line. It intersects the y-axis at here. This is the y-axis. It intersects the y-axis at 3. It makes an acute angle with the x-axis anti-clockwise. So with the x-axis, it's anti-clockwise. It's an acute angle. Gradient of the line is, what's the gradient? Gradient is the y coordinate divided by the x coordinate for any point. This is 2, this is 1. So that's 2. And what is y-intercept? So in the textbook it says intercept, but there are 2 types of intercepts. So I am specially mentioning this is y-intercept we are talking about. Y-intercept means the point cuts with the y-axis and the straight line. So here this is the straight line, y-axis is here. So this is the y-intercept. So y-intercept is 0, 3 point. Y-intercept actually is 3. If you are asked to write down coordinates of y-intercept, you can write 0, 3. So now we learned another new word, y-intercept. Earlier we did gradient. Now y-intercept. So we use the symbol C for that. Y-intercept, we take C. So equation of the straight line with gradient mn, y-intercept C we can write down. This is m and this is C. Y equals mx plus C. So remember that. If you know the gradient and the y-intercept, this is y equals mx plus C. Now earlier, y equals mx straight lines passes through the origin. Now here, this is not 0, so it passes through with another point, so that's called the y-intercept. The distance from origin to the point where a straight line intersects the y-axis is the y-intercept. Write down the gradient m and the y-intercept in the following. So, all these functions written in y equals mx plus c form. So, we can easily identify the coefficient of x is gradient and the constant term is the y-intercept. Gradient is 8, this value. The constant term is the y-intercept. Here nothing means this is 1. Gradient is 1 and y-intercept is plus 7. This one, what's the coefficient? Minus 1. That's the gradient. Plus 6 is the y-intercept. So when you have given a straight line like this, y equals mx plus c form, identify what is the gradient and the y-intercept. Write the equations of the straight line. It's given below. Gradient and y-intercept given. So easily you can write y equals 3x plus 2. Y equals 2x plus 5. Minus now. Slope is minus. Gradient is minus. Y equals minus 3x plus 7. Here a fraction. Y equals 2/3 x plus 1/5. Here y equals minus 3/5 x plus 2/3. Now look at this one, y equals 2x plus 3 graph and y equals 2x minus 3 graph. Draw both graphs on the same coordinate plane. So you have to take several x coordinates and find out the y value using the function given. When x equals 2, calculate the y value. 2 times negative 2 plus 3. You get negative 1. 2 times negative 1 plus 3. 1. 2 times 0 plus 3, you get 3. 2 times 1 plus 3, you get 5. So what are the coordinates? Ordered pair, minus 2, minus 1. Minus 2, minus 1 is here. Minus 1, 1. 0, 3, 1, 5. So you can connect it with a ruler. Then the other graph, 2x minus 3 now. Substitute. 2 times minus 1 minus 3. Minus 2 minus 3, you get minus 5. 2 times 0, 0, 0 minus 3, you get minus 3. 2 times 1, 2, 2 minus 3, minus 1. 2 times 2, 4, 4 minus 3, plus 1. Now we'll mark it minus 1, minus 5. Minus 1, minus 5 is here. 0 minus 3. 1, minus 1, 2, 1. So these are the points. We'll connect with a ruler. So this is y equals 2x minus 3. This means 2x plus 3. When you take 2x plus 3, what is m? Plus 2. 2x minus 3, m is 2. What you can observe? We see these two are parallel. These two lines are parallel. Acute angle is formed with the positive side of x-axis anti-clockwise. So these all makes an acute angle with the x-axis. Two lines are parallel and only when gradients are equal. Now, can you see slope or gradients are equal? So when the gradients are equal, that means the two straight lines are parallel. Take this one, write the equation of the straight line parallel to y equals 3x minus 4 and passes through the point 0, minus 5. So parallel means the same gradient. So what's the gradient there? M equals 3. Here also the new equation with gradient m equals 3. And what is y-intercept means? The y value when x equals 0. Because when you take this value on the y-axis, it means when x equals 0, the y value. So what is this one? X equals 0 and y equals minus 5. That means that's the y-intercept. So you can straight away write down this is minus 5. M is 3, C is minus 5. What is the equation? 3x minus 5. Take the other one. Write down the equation of the straight line parallel to this one. So here what's m here? M equals 5. So parallel means the new equation also with gradient m equals 5. And passes through the point 0, 1. This means when x equals 0, that's 1. So y-intercept is 1. So what's the equation? Y equals 5x plus 1. Find k such that the two straight lines y equals 7x minus 5 and y equals kx plus 3 are parallel. That means same slope. So what is m here? M is 7. What is m here? M is k. If the two lines are parallel, k is equal to 7. Both are equal. Take this graph. 2x plus 3y equals 6. Now it's slightly different to what we did before. We did y equals mx plus c formula. Now this is 2x plus 3y all in one side and 6 is on the other side. But this is also a straight line. We'll see whether it's a straight line. So if you want to draw it, you can take 2 points. Here easily with substituting x equals 0 and y equals 0. Here normally we need 3 points, but if you want to see whether it's a straight line, you can just take 2 points and connect it. So what's the easiest way? We take x equals 0. When x equals 0, we cover this one because 2 times 0 is 0. 3y equals 6. 3y equals 6 means what's the y value? 6 divided by 3, you get 2. Y equals 2. Now, y equals 0. Close y equals 0. What happens? You get 2x equals 6. Divide by 2, you get x equals 3. So, y equals 0, x equals 3. So, you have two coordinates, ordered pairs, and you can mark it and draw the graph. You can take another point. We'll take another point. X equals 1. If x equals 1, you get a fraction. So, it's better not to take x equal 1 because in this case, you have to divide by 3 or divide by 2. So, if x equals here half, you get y equals a fraction. So, it's difficult to take that point. It's better to take these two. So, this is the easiest method. X equals 0, y equals 2. This point. X equals 3, y equals. So, what is this point? This is the y-intercept. We are marking the y-intercept. And later you will identify what is this one. The point where crosses the x-axis we call x-intercept. So, in grade 10, you will learn this about x-intercepts. Now, we are taking 2 points. Now, connect the 2 points and draw the straight line. So, this is a straight line like this. Y equals, not y equals, 2x equals 2x plus 3y equals 6. So, remember, when you want to draw a line like this, we don't know whether it's divisible by 2 or 3. So, it's easy to take x equals 0 and find y, y equals 0 and find x. Now, when you look at this one, what do you think about the gradient? Is it a positive or a negative? The angle makes with the x-axis is an obtuse angle. Here, obtuse angle. So, this is a negative gradient. And y-intercept is 2. So, how you find out the gradient? Here, 2 over 3. So, you get negative 2 over 3 because the slope here is, slope or gradient is negative. So, we'll later discuss about that. Draw the graph 3x minus 4y equals 12. What's the easiest method? X equals 0, find the y value. Close x value. So, minus 4y equals 12. Y equals minus 3. So, this is minus 3. Now, y equals 0. So, we will close y part. 3x equals 12. Divide by 3, you get x equals 4. So, this point. So, you get 0 minus 3 and 4, 0. We'll mark it 0 minus 3, 4, 0. So, these are the 2 points. Connect these 2 points like this. You get a straight line. Here, what's the straight line? 3x minus 4y equals 12. Now, what's the slope there? Slope is positive. The angle makes with the x-axis is an acute angle, and y-intercept is minus 3. Draw the graph minus 5x plus 2y equals 10. So take x equals 0, close it, find y. 2y equals 10, divide by 2, you get y equals 5. This is x equals 0. Now substitute y equals 0, close the y value. Minus 5x is 10, divide by minus 5, you get minus 2. Now we have 2 points, 0, 5, 0, 5, minus 2, 0, minus 2, 0. Now connect it. So this is the line. What's the line? Minus 5x plus 2y equals 10. So what's the slope or gradient? It makes an acute angle with the x-axis. So positive gradient, and plus 5 is the y-intercept. Find the gradient and the y-intercept of the straight line 2y plus 4x minus 3 equals 0. So now without drawing, how we identify the slope and the y-intercept? So you have to rearrange this equation so that you get y equals mx plus c form. So only if you have this format, you can identify the gradient and the y-intercept. So we will rearrange this equation. So what we have to do, keep y in one side and take all terms to the other side. 2y equals, take 4x to the other side, minus 4x. Minus 3 when you take it to the other side, plus 3. 2y equals minus 4x plus 3. Then how you get y? You divide the whole equation by 2. Minus 4 divided by 2, you get minus 2. 3 divided by 2. Now we have the equation in this format. Y equals mx plus c. Now identify m. M is minus 2 and the y-intercept is 3 over 2. Now look at this one. Find the gradient and the y-intercept of the straight line. 5y minus 10x plus 2 equals 0. What's the method? Keep y term in one side and take all the other terms to the other side. Minus 10x becomes plus 10x. Plus 2 minus 2. Divide by 5, you get 2x minus 2 over 5. Then identify the gradient and the y-intercept. This is y equals mx plus c form. M is 2, c equals, with the minus sign you have to take, this whole thing is c. C equals minus 2 over 5. Fill in the blanks. M and c given. Write down the equation. Y equals 3x plus 5. M and c given. Y equals 4x plus 7. Now, equation is given. Identify m. M is minus 7 and c is plus 2. Here m is 1, c is 11. Again, you get fractions here. Write down the equation. Y equals minus half x plus 2/3. You have given a graph. Write down the coordinates of the points A, B, C. A is here. 1 to the right and 4 up. 1, 4. B, 0 and 2 up. 0, 2. C, -1 and y value is 0. D, we'll take this one as D. This one? What's the point? So we'll mark it D first. D is -2 and -2. Next one, write down the coordinates of the points P, Q, R, S. P is this one, 2 and 2. Q on the x-axis, 1, 0. R on the y-axis, 0, -2. S is this point, -1 and -4. What can you say about the two lines? What can you say about the two lines? These two are parallel. We'll check the gradients. Here, how can we find out the gradient from a graph? You take any 2 points and make a triangle and see what's the y difference and the x difference. Here, 2 squares here, 1, 2 over 1. You can take any 2 points, 2 over 1. So the slope is, gradient or slope is 2. We'll take the other one. Take any 2 points and get the ratio between y and x, 2 over 1. Here, 2 over 1. So m equals 2. And also you can identify the slopes like this. Here, if the line is like this, you check how many squares to the right. 1 square and 2 up means slope is 2. 1 square, 2 down, something like this. 1 square, 2 down, that means negative slope. So remember that way also you can identify the slope value. If the slopes or gradients are equal, that means the two lines are parallel. Look at this one. Write down the coordinates of the points A, B, P, Q. A, B. A is 0, 2. B, 2, 0. P is here, -2, 0. And Q, 0, -2. What can you say about the two lines AB and PQ? We can see these are parallel. So we will take any 2 points and find out the slope. This is 2 and this is 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. But this is -1 because I told you this way the slope is negative. It makes not acute angle. It makes an obtuse angle with the x-axis. This one, we'll take these 2 points. Here this is 2, this is 2. Again, same slope. M is -1. When you get same slope, the two lines are parallel. Draw AP and BQ lines. So we'll connect AP, this one. BQ, this one. What can you say about the two lines AP and BQ? We can see that these two lines also parallel. You can check with the slope. here. If this is the triangle here, 2 squares and 2 squares, slope is positive 1. Here also, here when you take these 2 points, this is 2 and this is 2, 2 divided by 2, positive 1. So the gradients are the same. Name of the ABQP. ABQP is a parallelogram because opposite sides are parallel. That means ABQP is a parallelogram. Because you can write AB parallel to PQ and AP parallel to BQ. Now look at these lines. Several straight lines given. Identify the parallel lines and write in terms of L. This is 5, this is 5. The gradient is equal and this is 5. So what can you say about L1 is parallel to L3 is parallel to L6. Now here, these ones, 3, 3, 3. Now these 3 are parallel. L2 parallel to L4 and it's parallel to L5. We'll look at review exercise. Draw a coordinate plane with the x and y axis marked from -5 to +5 and mark the points A and B. Coordinates are given. So we'll first draw the x-axis and y-axis. So you need -5 to 5. So we'll take in the middle, this one is the y-axis. And here draw the x-axis in the middle. So here take x-axis here and y-axis. Now we need to mark the points. We'll take 1 square, 1 unit. So here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here -1. And this in the middle, that's 0, origin. -2, -3, -4, -5. Here minus values, -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. And here +1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the first step. Now we can mark the points. So what are the points? -4, -4. -4, -4 is x is -4, y is -4. This point. So that's A. 4 and -4 is B. 4 positive and then -4. So this point. That point is B. Mark the points C and D such that ABCD is a square and write the coordinates of C and D. So you need to create a square ABCD. Now when we connect AB line, this is one side. So how many squares? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that means 8 squares up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Up to here, another 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 here and 8 down. So now this is a square with side 8 in one side. So this is A, B, then this is C, and this is D. Now, what are the coordinates of C and D? C equals here 4 and 4. 4, 4. First X and then Y. D minus 4 and plus 4. Then the second part, write the equation of each side of the plane figure ABCD. So write down the equation, AB equation. Horizontal line, always y value is minus 4, y equals minus 4. CD line, a horizontal line, always y equals 4. So the line is y equals 4. AD is a vertical line, always x value is minus 4, x equals minus 4. And BC line, always x equals 4, you can write x equals 4 line. Question number 2, draw a coordinate plane with x and y axes marked from minus 4 to 4. So we'll first mark the 2 axes. I'll take the middle y axis and somewhere here x axis here. So this is x, this is y. Now we need minus 4 to 4. We can't take 2 squares, so we'll take 1 square. Minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4. Minus 1 here, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4. 0 in the middle, 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Draw 2 straight lines, one parallel to the x-axis and the other parallel to y-axis, passing through the point 4 and minus 4. So we'll first draw parallel to x-axis. Parallel to x-axis means the y values should be the same, passing through 4 minus 4. So we'll take the point first. X is 4, y equals minus 4. This is the point given, 4 and minus 4. So passes through this point and parallel to x-axis. Parallel to x-axis means we have to draw the horizontal line. So what's the horizontal line there? This line. What's the equation? Y equals minus 4. And here, what's the line parallel to y-axis? This way, vertical line. So this is the vertical line, passes through that point. So if you want the equation, what can you write? This is y equals minus 4 and here x equals 4 line. Draw another 2 straight lines, one parallel to x-axis and the other parallel to y-axis, passing through the point minus 3, 2. Minus 3, 2. What's the point? Minus 3 and plus 2 here, this one. So what's the 2 lines? Parallel to x-axis is this one, passes through this point, and parallel to y-axis is this one. So if you want the equation, what can you write? This is y equals 2 line and here x equals minus 3 line. Write the coordinates of the 2 points at which the lines in 1 and 2 above intersect each other. Intersect each other. Which one? 1 and 2. Here, pink one and red one intersecting here. Point. What else? Red one and pink one. Here, 1 and 2 only. So, red and pink here and here. So, what are the two coordinates? This is 4 with 2. 4, 2. So, part 3, 4, 2. And what's the other point? This one. -3 and -4. Part 4. Write the equations of the axis of symmetry of the plane figure obtained in 3 above. So, here this is the figure you are getting. So, you need to find out the axis of symmetry for this side. Here, divide equally. So, 3 squares, 3 squares. So, you get the line in the middle. So, this is the axis of symmetry. So, I'll take this one. So, this is the line divided into 2 parts. And what about the other side? When you take this side, 3 squares, 3 squares. So, this line is the axis of symmetry. Now, what are the equations of these two? What are the equations? In between 0 and 1, x equals half and here y equals -1. So, this is for the fourth part. Example number 1. For each of the linear functions given below, calculate the values of y corresponding to given values of x and write them as ordered pair. So, we'll use y equals 2x first and you are asked to substitute -2, -1, 0, 1, 2. So, substitute 2 times -2, 2 times -2, -4. So, what's the pair? -2 and -4. When you get -1, substitute here, you get -2. The pair is, ordered pair is -1 and -2. When this is 0, 2 times 0, you get 0, 0, 0. When x equals 1, you get 2, 1, 2. When x equals 2, you get 4, 2, 4. So, those are the ordered pairs. Now, the other one, y equals -3 over 2x plus 2. Here, we have taken all multiples of 2. It's easy for us to divide because 2 is in the denominator. -4, -2, 0, 2, 4. Now, substitute -3 over 2 into -4 plus 2. 2 and this one you get -2. -3 times -2, 6. 6 plus 2, 8. So, -4 and 8. Substitute -2. 2 and 2 get cancelled out. -3 into -1 plus 3. 3 plus 2, 5. Substitute 0. So, this is 0 plus 2, 2. Substitute 2 there. -3 plus 2, -1. Substitute 4. -6 plus 2 minus 4. Plus 4 and minus 4. So these are the ordered pairs. Exercise 20.1. Find the values of y corresponding to given values of x and write them as ordered pairs. We'll take the first one, y equals 3x. X goes from minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2. So we'll take y equals 3x minus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we'll start from here, minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2. So these are the x values. And we'll find out 3x and then y and the ordered pair. Substitute minus 2, 3 times minus 2. You get minus 6. What's the ordered pair? Minus 2, minus 6. Substitute minus 1, you get minus 3. What's the value? Minus 1 and minus 3 is the ordered pair. Substitute 0, you get 0, 0, 0. Substitute 1 there, you get 3, 1, 3. 3 times 2, 6, and you get 2, 6. So those are the ordered pairs of equation y equals 3x. Now we'll take the next one, y equals 2x plus 3. X, so you need 2x plus 3, then y and the ordered pair. X minus 3 minus 2 minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3. Substitute 2 times minus 3 plus 3. 3 times 2 minus 6. Minus sign is there. Minus 6 plus 3 minus 3. So minus 3 and 3. Minus 3. 2 times minus 2 plus 3. Minus 4 plus 3 minus 1. Minus 2 minus 1. 2 times minus 1 plus 3 minus 2 plus 3. You get 1. Minus 1 and 1. 2 times 0 plus 3, you get 3. So 0, 3. 2 times 1 plus 3, you get 5, 1, 5. 2 times 2 plus 3, 4 plus 3, 7. 2, 7. 2 times 3 plus 3, 6 plus 3, 9. 3, 9. So that's the second one. Now we'll take the third one. X minus 1/3 x minus 2 y value and the ordered pair. So the values given are minus 6, minus 3, 0, 3, 6. We'll substitute minus 1/3 into minus 6 minus 2. 3 and 2, 3 and 6, you get 2. Minus 1 minus 2 plus 2 plus 2 minus 2, 0. Minus 6, 0 is the pair. Minus 1/3 into minus 3 minus 2. Minus into minus plus, plus 1 minus 2, you get minus 1. Minus 3 and minus 1. Minus 1/3 into 0 minus 2, you get minus 2, 0, minus 2 there. Minus 1/3 into 3 minus 2, 3 get cancelled out, minus 1 minus 2 minus 3. So 3 and minus 3. What's the other one? Minus 1/3 into 6 minus 2. You get minus 2 and minus 2, minus 4. 6 and minus 4. So these are the ordered pairs. Example number 1. Write the gradient of the graph of each of the functions given below without drawing the graph. So how you identify the gradient? The coefficient of the x value. So the coefficient here, when you take the first one, the gradient m is 2. What's the second one? Coefficient of x. When you get y equals mx form, in this form, this is the gradient. The left hand should be y. Here y is already there, so m equals minus 5. Here, this one, m equals minus half. Example number 2. Draw the graphs of the function y equals 2x and y equals minus 3x on the same coordinate plane by selecting suitable values. For x, using the above drawn graph, find the value of x when y equals 3 and the value of y when x equals 2.5. So we'll first create the table. So first y equals 2x. So we'll take x, 2x and y. Here x value is not given. So we can take any value. So here we'll take 5 values. Minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2. Multiplied by 2, you get minus 4, minus 2, 0, 2, 4. And the y values becomes the 2x value. So minus 4, minus 2, 0, 2, 4. Now we need to scale it, but before that we'll calculate the other values as well. We need y equals minus 3x. We have to take x values and minus 3x and y values. X equals minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2. We'll take the same thing. Minus 3 times minus 2 plus 6. Minus 3 times minus 1 plus 3, 0. You get minus 3 and minus 6. So these are the y values. Now we can see x minus 2 to 2, but y values. Minus 6 is the lowest and highest is plus 6. So we need to scale it to get all these values. So we'll take in the middle as the y-axis. We'll take here. We'll take the middle as the y-axis. Here this is the y-axis and x-axis 6 to minus 6 means we'll take in the middle. We'll take in the middle. So this is x-axis and this is y-axis and we'll mark it. We need up to 2. Here you can take 2 big squares, 1 unit. 1, 2, minus 1, minus 2. And for the other side you need 1 square. 1, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5, minus 6 here and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we'll mark the points. What's the first one? -2, -4. -2, -4 is here. -1, -2. 0, 0. 1, 2. 2, 4. Now we'll connect with the ruler. You get a straight line like this. So we'll label it y equals 2x. We'll label this one as y equals 2x. Now we'll take the other one. Y equals -3x, -2, 6, -2, 6, -1, 3, 0, 0, 1 -3, 2 -6. Now connect with the ruler. You get this line. So you label it y equals -3x. Now part 2, using the above drawn graphs, find the value of x when y equals 3. Now the y value is equal to 3. So we'll draw a line when this is y equals 3. So this line. This is y equals 3. So what are the coordinates when y equals 3? Intersecting points are this one and this one. So if this is 2x, y equals 2x. If y equals 3, then you get here 1.5. In between 1 and 2, that's x equals 1.5. Then the other graph, y equals -3x. When y equals 3, you get -1. Now we'll look at the other one. When x equals 2.5, x equals 2.5 is here, 2 and 3 in between. So I'll draw the line, this line. I'll draw the line, 2.5 is here. What's the intersecting point there? Here and here. So if this is 2x, what's the intersecting point here? When x equals 2.5, y equals 5. And other one, when x equals 2.5, what's the y value? Here. So this is -7.5. Here -7 and -8. In between -7 and -8, -7.5. Exercise 20.2. For each of the functions given by the following equations, select and write the corresponding graph from the graphs L1, L2, L3, L4. We'll take the first one, y equals 3x. So the line makes with the x positive axis should be an acute angle. Y is positive and the slope is 3. The gradient is 3. How we identify 3? When you move 1 square to the right, 3 up. 1, 2, 3. So here we can see this is the slope 3. 1 square to the right, 3 up. So L2. Second one, y plus 2x equals 0 means when you take it to the other side, y equals minus 2x. Slope is negative, gradient is negative means you get a line like this. When you move 1 square along x-axis, this is 2 squares up. From here, if you take 1 square here, 2 squares up. Here, look at this one. 2 squares up with 1 square to this side. So that's the L3. Third one, 2y minus x equals 0. So what is 2y? Take minus x to this side plus x. Then y becomes half x. That means when you move 2 squares, 1 up, you can easily look at this number and identify the slope. This denominator value means along x-axis. Numerator means along y-axis. 2 squares to the right and 1 up. 2 squares to the right and 1 up. And also this is positive slope. Here this should be this line here slightly not okay, but 1, 2, this is 1 up. So this line L1. Fourth one, y plus 3 over 2x equals 0 means take it to the other side, y equals minus 3 over 2x. So this one is negative, that means towards this side, and roughly this is 2 squares with 3 squares. So these are not accurately drawn. So 2 squares with more than 2 will take L4. Because this one exactly 2 with this one 2. 1 with 2. 2 with you need to get 3 here. But this is okay. We can take as L4. Question number 2. The value of a Singapore dollar in Sri Lankan rupees is 100. By taking the amount of Singapore dollars as X and the corresponding value in Sri Lankan rupees as Y, the relationship between Singapore dollars and Sri Lankan rupees can be written as function y equals 100x. Prepare a suitable table of values to draw the graph of the above function. Use the values x equals 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And prepare a table. So we need 100x. So we'll take 100x, and when x equals this, you get y values. And you can write down the ordered pair. One times 100, 100. So that's y. So you get 1 and 100. X equals to 2 times 100. 200, 2 with 200. 3 with 100, 300, 3 and 300. 4 with 100, 400. So you get 4 and 400. That's the table. Draw the graph of the above function. Now we need to use the scale. So how we decide the scale? Here positive numbers are there. So that means we can take the y-axis toward this side because no negative values. No negative values, so you can take the y-axis here. And no negative y values, so you can take this one down. We'll label this one x and this is y. Or we know that x is the Singapore dollar. You can say Singapore dollar here. Singapore dollar. This one is the Sri Lankan rupee. Now up to 400 is there. We'll take 100 for 2 squares. 100, 200, 300, 400. And x-axis we have 1 to 4. We'll take 2 squares 1 unit. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we can mark the other numbers as well. Now we'll mark the points. 1 with 100 here. 2 with 200. 3 with 300. 4 with 400. And we know when x equals 0, this is also 0. Now we'll try to connect with the ruler. You get a straight line like this. So this is y equals 100 x. Now we'll answer the questions. Part 3. Using the above drawn graph, find the value of 4.5 Singapore dollars in Sri Lankan rupees. So 4.5 is here. So we can draw a broken line and find out where it cuts the line 4.5. So we'll see when this is 4.5. This is the rupee value. So what's that value? When you label it properly, this is 400, this is 500. This is 500. Now in between 400 and 500, that's 450 rupees. So we can answer third part, that's 450 rupees. Part 4. Using the graph, find how much 250 Sri Lankan rupees are in Singapore dollars. Now, other way around. $250 Sri Lankan rupees means this line. Now, it cuts the line here. You can read this value. So, what's the value? 2.5 Singapore dollars. So 2.5 Singapore dollars. Singapore dollars. Question number 3. For the statements given below, mark the correct sign in front of the correct statements and wrong mark in front of the incorrect statements. First one, for functions of the form y equals mx, the direction of the graph is decided by the sign of m. Is this statement true? You know that? Yes, it is true. Depend on the sign of the slope, you get either positive direction or negative direction. Always you can check with here, if the graph makes with the x-axis an acute angle, you get positive slope. A graph, you get obtuse angle with the x direction is negative slope. So M is important. The sign of M, you need to check the direction of the graph. When the graph of a function of the form y equals mx is given, the graph of y equals minus mx cannot be obtained by considering symmetry about the y-axis. Remember that this is the y equals mx graph. If it's this one, you get this graph. So is the second statement correct or wrong? That's wrong because it says cannot be obtained by considering a symmetry. It can, because this graph and this graph is symmetrical about the y-axis. So this is wrong. Third one, for a straight line passing through the origin, the ratio of the y coordinate to the x coordinate of any point on the line other than the origin is equal to its gradient. What it means? The straight line passing through the origin, that means the graph is passing through the origin, the ratio of the y coordinate and the x coordinate of any point on the line other than the origin. Yes, 0 divided by 0, you can't take it, is equal to its gradient. That's correct. Although the point minus 2, 3 lies on the straight line given by this 2y plus 3x equals 0, it does not lie on the straight line given by 2y minus 3x equals 0. So we need to substitute and see. When x equals minus 2, we'll find out what's the value of y. X equals minus 2. 2y minus 2 plus 3 minus 6 equals 0. That means 2y equals 6, y equals 3. So y equals 3. That's correct. Lies on the straight line. Now we'll see when x equals minus 2 here, what happens? 3 times minus 2. What's the y value? Minus 3 minus 2 plus 6. When you take it to the other side, minus 6. 2y equals minus 6, y equals minus 3. So it's not lie on the straight line. So that's also correct. So the whole statement is correct. The graph of a function of the form y equals mx need not pass through the point 0, 0. That's wrong, because if it's y equals mx, definitely it passes through the origin. Question number 4. Construct a table of values to draw the graphs of the functions given by y equals 1/3 x and we need 3y equals 2x. So 3y equals 2x means what's y? Y is 2 over 3x. So we'll take another color. This one. Y equals 2 over 3x. Next one, y equals minus 1 and 1/3 x. Y equals minus 1 and 1/3 x. Minus 1 and 1/3 x by taking the values minus 6, minus 3, 0, 3 and 6. So we'll first make the table. So I'll take, this is x. What are the values? Minus 6, minus 3, 0, 3, 6. Minus 6, minus 3, 0, 3, 6. Minus 6, minus 3, 0, 3, 6. Those are the x coordinates. Now this one we need y equals 1 over 3x. And this value is the y and the ordered pair, x and y. Here the graph is 2/3 x and y is that value and x comma y. In this one, the graph is, we'll make it as the improper fractions. 3 times 1, 3 plus 1, 4. Minus 4 over 3x and the ordered pair. We'll take x equals minus 6 and fill the table. 1 over 3 into minus 6. Minus 6 divided by 3, minus 2. Coordinates minus 6, minus 2. Minus 3, you get minus 1. Minus 3 and minus 1. 0 times that value, 1/3 is always 0. So 0, 0. Substitute 3, 1/3 into 3, you get 1. So 3, 1. When this is 6, 1/3 into 6, you get 2, 6, 2. Now we'll draw the line and see. Minus 6, minus 2. So we can't draw it because first we need to identify the values you are getting and then adjust the scale. We'll calculate the values here also. 2/3 x means minus 6. You get minus 2 times 2 minus 4. Minus 6 and minus 4. Minus 3. 2/3 and minus 3. Minus 2. Minus 3 and minus 2. 0. 2/3, 0, 0. So you get 0, 0. And when x equals 3, 2/3 into 3, you get 2. So 3 comma 2. Next one, substitute 6. 3 times here 2, 2 times 2, 4. 6 comma 4. And we'll calculate these values as well. Minus 6. So minus 4 over 3 into minus 6. You get minus 2 into minus 4 plus 8. Minus 6, 8. Substitute minus 3. You get plus 4. Minus 3 plus 4. Minus 4 over 3 into 0. That's 0. 0, 0. And here substitute 3. You get minus 4. 3 and minus 4. Last one, substitute 6 minus 8. 6 and minus 8. Now we can decide the scale. Negative up to minus 8, that's y value. Positive 8. And x minus 6 to 6. So we'll first draw the two lines. So you need to divide equally here because x minus 6 to plus 6. I take this one. And y values minus 8 and plus 8. So that's also equally divide. So I can do somewhere here. So this is x and this is y. Now we'll mark it. This is 0. 1 square, 1 unit. Here minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5 and minus 6. Here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 4, 6. Now we'll mark the points. First graph, minus 6, minus 2. Minus 6, minus 2. Minus 3, minus 1. 0, 0. 3, 1. 6, 2. So when you mark the points with a ruler, when you connect all the points, what you get? A line like this. So that's y equals 1/3 x. We'll take the other set. Minus 6 with minus 4. Minus 3 with minus 2. 0, 0. 3, 2. 6, 4. Now connect with a ruler. You get this line. So what's the line? Y equals 2/3 x, or 3y equals 2x. Next graph. Minus 6 with minus 8. Here we need to mark up to minus 8. And here 8. Now we'll take the black one and see minus 6 and 8. Minus 6 with plus 8. Here minus 3 with 4. 0, 0. 3 with minus 4 and 6 with minus 8. Now connect with a ruler. You get this line. What's the line? Y equals minus 1 and 1/3 x. 1 and 1/3 x. So these are the 3 graphs. Now we'll try to answer the questions given below. Write the x-coordinate of each of the 3 points at which the line y equals 1 intersects the above 3 graphs. Y equals 1. So what is y equals 1 graph? Horizontal line passes through 1. This is y equals 1 line. Y equals 1 line. So what's the point here? Here this is in between minus 1 and 0. this is towards this side, we can take 3/4 of that minus 3/4. And when it comes to the other graph, you get here 1.5 in between 1 and 2. 1.5, and the other one, 1/3 x graph, that's x equals 3. But sometimes when you read the graph, you get slight variations. Doesn't matter, you get marks when the difference is 0.1, 0.2, it's okay. Question number 5. Fill in the blanks in the incomplete table given below to draw the graph of the function y equals minus 2/3 x. How you find out this value? Substitute minus 3 for x, you get plus 2. Substitute 0, 0 times any number is 0, and substitute 6 minus 2/3 into 6, 3 times 2, 2 times minus 2, minus 4. So you can fill the table. Draw the graph of the above given function using the values in the completed table. Then you have to answer these questions. Now you have to decide the scale. X minus 6 to plus 6. So x should be in the middle. Y values 4 to minus 4. So we'll first adjust the scale. We'll take middle is the y axis. Somewhere here or towards this side. This one. And x-axis here. And then label x and y, and 0 here. Y values 4 to minus 4, no, so we'll take 2 units, 1 square. 1, 2, 3, 4. Minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, and minus 4. Then x-axis minus 6 to 6. So you have to take 1 square, 1 unit. So this becomes 2, 4, 6. Here minus 2, minus 4, and minus 6. Now we can mark the points. Minus 6, 4. Minus 6, 4 is this point. Minus 3, 2. So minus 3 is here, 2. 0, 0. Here 3 minus 2. 3 minus 2 is here, 6 minus 4. Now connect here to here. Y equals minus 2/3 x. Now answer the following questions. Using the graph, find the value of y when x equals minus 2. So you can just draw a line and see x equals minus 2, this line. So we have to read the intersecting point. So what's the intersecting point? Intersecting point is in between here. So 1 and 2. This is 1.5, 1.25 in between that also. So we can say 1.25 is the y value. 1.25. you get slightly different answer depend on your graph. Part 4. Does the point minus 2/3 lie on the above graph? Explain your answer with reasons. Now, we can substitute and check it, and on the graph also we can check it, but it's difficult to refer minus 2/3. That's in between whole numbers. So we'll substitute. If this is minus 2/3, so what's the y value? Minus 2/3 into minus 2/3. You get 4/9. But it says the y value is 2/3. So that's not equal. So that means not lie on this graph. Now we'll look at 5th one. Using the coordinates of 3 points on the line, calculate the ratio of the y coordinate to the x coordinate. Write the relationship between this value and the gradient. So we'll take 3 readable points. This one, we'll take A, B and C, these 3 points. So we'll do it here. A. What's the coordinate? Minus 6 and 4. What's the ratio between y and x? 4/-6. When you simplify, you get 2/3. You can put minus there. Take B. B is minus 3, 2. What's the ratio? Y is 2, x is minus 3. You get minus 2/3. Now take point C. 6 and minus 4. What's the ratio between y and x? Minus 4 and 6. When you simplify, you get minus 2/3. Here, all 3 values are the same, and when you compare with the slope or the gradient, you get the same value. So they are asking, write the relationship between this value and the gradient. Gradient is the same as the ratio. So that's the 5th part. Example number 1. Prepare a suitable table of values and draw the graph of the function y equals x minus 2. Using the graph, find the following. So x is taken minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3. Substitute and find out the y values. X equals minus 1. Minus 1 minus 2, you get minus 3. 0. 0 minus 2, you get minus 2. 1. 1 minus 2, minus 1. 2 minus 2, 0. And 3 minus 2, you get 1. So x goes from minus 1 to 3 and y goes from minus 3 to 1. So we'll adjust the scale. Minus 1 to 3 means we can take this way, no? We can take just 1 unit there. We can take y-axis here, and how you decide the x-axis? This is minus 3. More minus values are there than the x. So you can draw here. X, y. I can put 2 squares, big squares 1. -1, -2, -3, -4. Here 1, 2, 3, and here -1. Now we can mark the points. -1, -3. -1, -3. 0, -2. 1, -1, 2, 0, 3, 1. Now connect all the points. You get a straight line like this. What's the straight line? Y equals x minus 2. Now, find the intercept. Intercept means y-intercept, where it cuts the y-axis. Here. So, what's the y-intercept? -2. The value of y when x equals 2.5. X equals 2.5. What's the value? Here. This is 0.5 or half. So you can write y equals 0.5 or half. The value of x when y equals -half. Y equals -half is here. So this is the intersecting point. That's 1.5. Y equals this. The x is -half. X equals 1.5. Example number 2. Without drawing the graph, write the gradient and the intercept of the graph of each of the functions given by the following equations. So we know that if you rearrange in this order, this is the gradient and this is the intercept, y-intercept. So in the first one, m equals -2, y-intercept is 5. Second one, you have to rearrange it so that left hand side is y. Y equals, take 3x to this side, -3x -2. So what's m? Gradient is -3, y-intercept is -2. Example number 3. Prepare suitable tables for the functions y equals 2x, 2x plus 1 and 2x minus 3 and draw their graphs on the same coordinate plane. So we'll take just 3 values. I'll take 0 and -1 and +1. -1, +1. Now find out the y values. Multiply by 2. 2 times -1, -2. 2 times 0, 0. 2 times 1, 2. Here, 2 times -1, -2. -2 plus 1, -1. 2 times 0, 0. 0 plus 1, 1. 2 times 1, 2. 2 plus 1, 3. -1 times 2. That's -2, -2 minus 3, -5. When you substitute 0, 0 times 2, 0, 0 minus 3, that's -3. Substitute 1, 1 times 2, 2, 2 minus 3, -1. Now we'll decide the scale. X -1 to 1, but y values -5 and 3. So we'll first take in the middle the y-axis and x-axis we need -5 and +3. So more minus values than positives. So we can take, you need -1. So 4 squares we'll take. This 4 squares, 1 unit. This is x and this is y. Now, y-axis up to -5. So we'll take 1 square, 1 unit, -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. Here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we'll mark the points. First one, y equals 2x. -1, -2. Here. 0, 0, 1, 2. We'll draw the line. This is y equals 2x graph. Next one, y equals 2x plus 1. -1, -1. -1, -1. 0, 1. 1, 3. Connect. You get this graph. Now take the last one. So we'll label it. This is y equals 2x plus 1. Other one. -1, -5. 0, -3. 1, -1. Connect. So this is y equals 2x minus 3. Now using the 3 graphs, we'll answer the questions given. Write the gradient and intercept of each graph by observing the equation. So we'll take 2x, the black one, identify the y-intercept and the gradient. Gradient, we can say 1 unit, 2 squares up. When you take 1 big unit, 2 squares up means slope is 2. What's the y-intercept there? Where it cuts the y-axis. 0. In the other graph, this 2x plus 1, this graph, what's the slope or gradient? When you take 2 squares, when you take 1 big square, 2 up, slope is 2. What's the y-intercept there? Plus 1. This graph, y-intercept is minus 3. What's the slope? When you take 1 big square, that's 2 units there. So y value, when you divide the y coordinate by the x coordinate, you get 2 over 1. So slope or gradient is 2. So what can you say about the slopes or gradients? Gradients are equal and y-intercepts are different. Next question, write a special feature that you can observe in the graphs. What can you say? Graphs are parallel. Graphs are parallel and the gradients are equal. Example number 1. Prepare a suitable table of values and plot the graph of the function given by the equation 3x plus 2y equals 6. Using the graph that is drawn, write the coordinates of the points at which it intersect the main axis, write the gradient and intercept. Okay, so here, what's the easiest way to do? We can take, when x equals 0, find out the y value. When y equals 0, you can find out the x value. So when you substitute x equals 0, you close this, you get 2y equals 6. So what's y? 6 divided by 2, you get 3. When y equals 0, you get 3x equals 6. X equals 6 divided by 3 is 2. So this is 2. Now we have 2 pairs of ordered coordinates. So you can mark and draw the line. So we'll take the 2 axes. So we can take, this is y-axis and this is x-axis. This is x, this is y. So we need to mark just 3 and 2. So you can take a scale like, we'll take 2 squares 1 unit, 1, 2, 3, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. Here, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, 1, 2, 3. Now we'll mark 0 with plus 3. 0 is here, 0 with plus 3. This is the y-intercept. X equals 2, y equals 0. This point. Now we'll connect these two. This line. So y equals, what's the equation? 3x plus 2y equals 6 line. So using the graph, write the coordinates of the points at which it intersects the main axis. So you're asked to write down the coordinates. So 0, 3 and here 2, 0. Those are the 2 coordinates, and then write the gradient and intercept. So what is the gradient? Gradient, we can take y coordinate divided by the x coordinate. Here, can you take this? You can't. You can't divide by 0. What about this one? Y is 0. 0 divided by 2, you get 0. That's also not possible. So we can take any other point and see. We can take this point with these 2 points difference here. This one and this one. So this is 3 and this is 2. So what's the difference? What's the ratio between y to x? 3 over 2. So m is 3 over 2, but this is negative because with the x axis it makes an obtuse angle. So minus 3 over 2. And intercept C is the 3. So using the graph, that's how you can find out the gradient and the y-intercept. You take any 2 points, readable points, and make a triangle, and you can write the height of y over height of x. Exercise 20.3. For each of the functions given by the equations in part A and B, write the gradient and intercept without drawing the corresponding graphs, and write whether the graph makes an acute or obtuse angle counterclockwise. Counterclockwise means anticlockwise with the positive direction of the x-axis. Find M and C. So this is 1. So M is 1, C is positive 3. So M is positive, so it makes an acute angle. Slope is negative now. Y-intercept is 4. So when gradient is negative, that's obtuse angle. This one, slope is 2/3 and intercept is -2. Slope is positive, acute angle. This one, you have to rearrange it. Half x term first, and this is the other constant term. So what is M there? Half, and C is 4. Positive M, acute angle. Now these questions identify M. You have to rearrange and write down y equals mx plus c form. Divide the whole equation by 2. You get y equals 3 over 2x minus 2 divided by 2 minus 1. Now we can identify M. M is 3 over 2 and y-intercept is -1. So this is positive gradient, acute angle with the x-axis. Rearrange this. 4y equals 4x minus 1. Take 1 to the other side. Divide by 4. 4 divided by 4, 1. 1 over 4. So M equals 1 and y-intercept is -1 over 4. M is positive, acute angle. This one rearrange to y equals, take this one to the other side, -2/3 x plus 6. Divide the whole equation by 2. When you divide, these 2 get cancelled out and you get -1/3 x. 2 over 3 divide by 2. You get -1 over 3. 6 divided by 2 plus 3. So what's slope? -1 over 3. What's the intercept? 3. Negative gradient, obtuse angle. Question number 2. For each of the functions given below, find the coordinates of the points at which the graph of the function intersects the two axes and plot the graph of each function using these 2 points. So they are asking the values of x and y when x equals 0 and y equals 0. So when x equals 0, the y value is the y-intercept. Other intercept is when y equals 0, the value of x. Now we'll substitute. X is 0. Y equals 0 plus 3, that's 3. Y equals 0. 0 equals 2x plus 3. So 2x equals -3 and x equals -3 over 2. So these are the 2 points. So we'll draw the graph using the 2 points. Or both This is positive, and here minus 3 over 2 means minus 1.5. So we'll take, this is the y-axis and this is the x-axis. X and y. So we need y3. So 1, 2, 3. You take minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. This side, this is minus 1.5. So you will take here 2 squares 1 unit, minus 1, minus 2. 1, 2. This is 0. Now we'll mark the 2 points. 0, 3. This point. And y is 0, x equals minus 1.5. This one. Now connect these 2 points. You get y equals 2x plus 3. So what are the coordinates of points? Coordinates means 0, 3, and here minus 1.5 with 0. This one again, so you need to find out the values, x and y. X equals 0, y equals 2. Y equals 0, substitute and get the answer, plus 2. Take 2 to the other side, minus 2 equals half x. Then multiply by 2, minus 4. Y equals 0, x equals minus 4. Now we'll draw the graph. Y-axis, x-axis. Now mark the point 0, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4 here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we need y up to 2. So we'll take 2 squares, 1 unit. 1, 2. Minus 1, minus 2. Now we'll mark the points 0, 2. This point. Minus 4, 0. This point. Now we'll draw the line. Draw the line. Y equals half x plus 2. So what are the coordinates of the intercepts? This one is 0, 2, and this one is minus 4, 0. This graph will make the table x, y. When x equals 0, find the y value, close it. So you get minus 3y equals 6. Divide by minus 3, you get minus 2. Y equals 0. What happens? Close this one. So you get 2x equals 6. Divide by 2, you get 3. So these are the ordered pair. Now we can mark it. First, draw the line. I'll take this one is the y-axis and this one is the x-axis. Minus 2. So you can take, if this is 0, this is minus 1, this is minus 2. X up to 3. You can't take, so 1 unit, 1 square. 2, 3, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. Now mark the 2 points, 0, minus 2. Here we have to label this side 1 and 2. 0, minus 2, That's this point. 3, 0. That's this point. Now draw the line. Here 2. Here. This is 2x minus 3y equals 6 line. What are the coordinates of the intersection point with the axis? This is 3, 0. And this is 0, minus 2. This graph, find the coordinates x, y. X is 0. What happens? Close this one. You get 4y plus 2 equals 0. 4y equals minus 2. Y equals minus 2 over 4. That's minus half. When y equals 0, close it, you get minus 2x plus 2 equals 0. Minus 2x equals minus 2, x equals 1. Now we'll draw the graph. So here minus half and plus 1. We can draw the two axes like this. X, y. So minus half. So we'll take 2 squares 1 unit. This is 1, 1. X values up to 1. So I'll take 4 squares 1. This is minus 1. Middle is the origin 0. Now we'll mark it 0 minus half. 0 with minus half is here. 1 with 0 is point. Now we'll connect it. You get this line. What's the line? Minus 2x plus 4y plus 2 equals 0. What are the coordinates? 0 minus half and 1, 0. Using the information given below, write the equation of each straight line. Gradient is 2. Y-intercept is minus 5. So y equals 2x minus 5. This one, slope is minus 3. So minus 3x plus 4. Minus half. So minus half x and minus 3. This one 3 over 2. 3 over 2x plus 1. This one y equals 1x or x plus 0. You don't need to write down 0. Y equals x. Question number 4. An incomplete table of values prepared to draw the graph of the function y equals minus 3x minus 2 is given below. Fill in the blanks. So we'll substitute y equals minus 3x minus 2. So substitute minus 2. You get plus 6 minus 2 plus 4. So this is 4. Substitute minus 1. 3 minus 2, 1. Substitute 1 minus 5. Now, values are okay. Draw the graph of the above function. Now we need to take the scale y minus 8, positive side 4, and x equally divided. So we'll take y-axis here. You need more negative values than positive. So we'll take this one. This is y, this is x. So we'll take 1 unit. 1, 2, 3, 4, minus 1, minus 2, minus 2, minus 4, minus 6, minus 8. X-axis up to 2. So we'll take 2 units, 1, minus 1, minus 2. Here 1 and 2. Now we'll mark the points. Minus 2, 4. Minus 2, 4 here. Minus 1, 1. This point. 0, minus 2, 1, minus 5, 2, minus 8. Now connect. So you get this one. So y equals minus 3x minus 2 graph. Now, third part, draw the straight line given by y equals x on the same coordinate plane and write the coordinates of the point of intersection of the two lines. So you need to draw y equals x. So if you take x equals 2, y equals 2. So same coordinates, x equals 1, y equals 1. So we can mark several points. 1, 1, 2, 2, or even minus 2 with minus 2, okay. Now we can draw the line. So we'll take another color. So this is y equals x line. Y equals x line. Now find the intersecting point. So intersecting point is here. Can you read the coordinates there? Half of this. So minus half for y value. And what's the x value? Here, this full thing is 2. Half means 1. Half of that means minus half. So, minus half and minus half is the intersecting point of the two graphs. This is third part. Question number 5. By selecting suitable values for x, construct a table of values and draw the graphs of the following functions on the same coordinate plane. Y equals x. So you can take two values. X equals 1. Y equals 1. X equals 4. Y equals 4. X equals 0, y equals 0. Y equals minus 2x plus 2. X equals minus 1. Y equals minus 1 into minus 2, 2. 2 plus 2, 4. X equals 0. Y equals 2. X equals 1, minus 2 and plus 2, you get 0. This one, y equals half x plus 2. Here you need to take multiples of 2. X, y. 0, you get y equals 1. X equals negative 2. Negative 1 plus 1, 0. Positive 2, you get 1 plus 1, 2. Then the next one, y equals negative half x minus 3. Again, we have to take multiples of 2. X, y. X is 0. This is minus 3. X equals minus 2. Minus minus plus. So, plus 1 minus 3, negative 2. X equals plus 2. Negative 1 minus negative 3, negative 4. So, we have several points. Now, we'll draw the graphs. So, all these y value 4, minus 4 and x values minus 2 to 2. So, we'll draw the y-axis here, x-axis here, x, y. Now, how many squares we can take? We'll take 2 squares 1 unit, 2 squares 1 unit, minus 1, minus 2. 1, 2. This is 0. Then y values up to 4. 4 and minus 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Minus 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we'll mark the points. First graph, y equals x. Same x values, 0, 0, 1, 1, 4, 4, or you can take minus 2 with minus 2. Now connect it. That's y equals x line. Next one, y equals minus 2x plus 2. Minus 1, 4. 0, 2. 1, 0. Now connect the line. Y equals negative 2x plus 2. Third one, half x plus 1. Minus 2, 0. 0, 1. 2, 2. You get this line. That's third one. Y equals half x plus 1. And the last one, minus 2 minus 2. 0 minus 3. 2 minus 4. 2 with minus 4. Connect. You get this line. What's the line? Y equals minus half x minus 3. Now, these are the 4 graphs. Question number 6. Draw the graphs of the functions given by the following equations for the values of x from minus 4 to plus 4. We'll create a table for A. So, what's the easiest one to take? We take x equals 0 and find y. So, 2y equals 6, y equals 3. When y equals 0 minus 3x equals 6, x equals minus 2. This one, b x, y. When x equals 0, 2y equals minus 6, y equals minus 3. When y equals 0, 3x equals minus 6, x equals minus 2. Now we can construct the graph. First, you need the scale. So y 3 and minus 3. But it says minus 4 to plus 4. You take equally, and here 2 squares 1 unit, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's x. 1, 2, 3, 4. Minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4. 1, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4. Now we'll mark the points. First one, 0, 3. This point, minus 2, 0. This point. Now connect it and draw the first graph. Here, I can connect this way here too. Here. That's A. Now the next one. First mark the points. 0, minus 3. Minus 2, 0. Draw the line. You get this line. So this is B. Second graph. Another graph, y equals 2x plus 4. Now we'll take x and y. X equals 0, y equals 4. Y equals 0. 2x equals 4, x equals 2. This graph. X equals 0, y equals negative 4, y equals 0, x equals, we'll find using this equation, divide by minus 2, you get plus 2. So this is 2. Now we'll try to draw that. Y is 4 and minus 4, but you have to draw up to plus 4. We'll take in the middle, and here 0, and x values 2 is there, so here we'll take 4 units 1. This is up to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, 3, 2, 1. This is minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4. Here 4 squares. No, this way also you have to take 4 squares. Minus 1 and minus 2. Now we'll mark the points and draw. 0, 4. Here. 2, 0. Here. Connect it. Get this graph. That's y plus 2x equals 4. Other one. 0 minus 4. Here 2, 0. Here. Now connect these 2 points. You get this graph. So what's the graph? Y minus 2x plus y equals minus 4. Question number 7. Write the equations of the straight lines AB and PQ in the following figure. Now this is AB. We know that y-intercept of AB is 2. If it's PQ, what's the y-intercept? Minus 3. Now we need to identify the gradient. So gradient means we looked at when it's 1 square, what's this one? 1 up, 1 square, 1 up. That means the gradient is 1 for AB line. Look at this one. If you take this point and this point, when you take this triangle, here 3 squares and here 3 squares. 3 divided by 3, you get m equals 1. Now, how you write down the equation? Y equals mx plus c form. M is 1, c is 2, x plus 2. That's AB equation. PQ, y equals m is 1, that means x minus 3. X minus 3. So these are the 2 equations, AB and PQ. Miscellaneous exercise. For the statements given below, mark correct sign in front of the correct statements and wrong sign in front of the incorrect statements. For all m, the graph of a function of the form y equals mx plus c is a straight line which is not parallel to the main axis. That's correct because here c is the y-intercept, so that's not parallel to the main axis. It is not a horizontal or vertical, that's a slant line. So this is correct. For a function of the form y equals mx plus c, the value of m determines the direction of the straight line graph and the value of c determines the point where the graph intersects the y-axis. It's correct because m is positive, then the graph makes the angle with the x-axis is acute. If m is negative, it's an obtuse angle. So this is correct. It is not necessary for c to be 0 for the graph of function of the form y equals mx plus c to pass through the origin. That's wrong because it says if it is not necessary. No, if c is 0, only it passes through the origin. Next one, the graphs of the functions given by the equation y1 equals m1 x plus c1 and y2 m2 x plus c2 will be parallel when the slopes are equal, gradients are equal. That's true. Only when the gradients are equal, the two lines are parallel. Next one, a straight line given by y equals mx plus c intersects the y-axis above the x-axis only when m greater than 0 and c greater than 0. What it means? Any y equals mx plus c intersects the y-axis. Here, this can be here, 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 any place. above x-axis, intersects the y-axis, above the x-axis. That means here. Only when m is greater than 0? No. You can get with m less than 0. And c greater than 0 means this is okay, but this is wrong. That means the whole statement is wrong. Question number 2. Write the equations of the functions of the graph sketched below. Gradient is 2. Y-intercept is 0. So what's the equation? Y equals 2x. Passes through the origin. Gradient is minus 3. Y equals minus 3x. Here y-intercept is 4 now. C equals 4. M equals 3 over 2. So what's the equation? Y equals mx plus c. So 3 over 2x plus 4. This one, y-intercept is 3. Gradient is minus 1 over 3. So what's the equation of the line? Minus 1 over 3x plus 3. This one, y-intercept is minus 4. Slope is, gradient is 3 over 4. What's the equation? 3/4 x minus 4. In this one, y-intercept is minus 2. Gradient is minus 2. So what's the equation? Minus 2x minus 2. Question number 3. Select and write the graph corresponding to each of the given functions. Y equals 3x minus 4. That means y-intercept is minus 4. This one. And here we'll check whether slope is, the gradient is 3. 1 square and 3 squares here. 1, 2, 3. 3 squares there. So the slope is okay. So when you take this one, slope is okay. The gradient is 3. So this is 1. L5. Minus 2x plus 1. Y-intercept is 1. Here. Now we'll check whether the slope is 2. This line is minus this way. That's correct. And we'll take a point and see. This is like 2 and 1. Slope is negative. Here, when you take, what's the readable point? If you take this one with roughly this one, half here and 1. So 1 divided by half is 2. So that's correct. So what's the line? L1. Minus x minus 5. So minus 5 is the intercept. So this is the line, and here minus x means slope is 1, the gradient. Yeah, if you take this whole thing, this is 5 and this is 5. 5 divided by 5, 1. So this is this line, that's L2. Y equals minus 3x plus 3. Y-intercept is 3. This line. And now we'll check whether it's true. The gradient of this one is true. Minus 3. So this way is minus. That's correct. We'll check here. 3 squares here, 1 unit. So 3 up. That's correct. L3. Then last one. Passes through the origin. This one. Now we'll check whether the gradient is 3. 1 square with 3 units. So that's correct. That's L4. Question number 4. The gradient of the straight line given by 4x plus py equals 10. is minus 4 over 3. Find the value of p. Equation is 4x plus py equals 10. Rearrange it. Py equals minus 4x plus 10. 4x, take it to the other side. Divide by p, minus 4 over px and 10 over p. Now this is the equation. Now the slope or the gradient is minus 4 over 3. So it's given minus 4 over p is equal to minus 4 over 3. Can you see that this is p equals 3. Write the intercept. Intercept is 10 divided by p. 10 divided by p means p is 3. So 10 divided by 3, this is 3 and 1/3. Part 3. Write the equation of the straight line with gradient minus 2. M equals minus 2, which passes through the point at which the above given straight line intersects the y-axis. So in this one, where it cuts, the intercept is this 3 and 1/3. So 3 and 1/3 is the point, passes through this one. So here y coordinate is 3 and 1/3 and what's the x value? This is x equals 0. So that is the point and m is minus 2. So that means the y-intercept is also here 3 and 1/3. So what's the equation? Y equals minus 2x plus 3 and 1/3. So this is the equation of the straight line, passes through this point and gradient is minus 2. We complete all theory related to graphs. So in this one, the gradient of the graph of a function of the form y equals mx plus c is m, and the intercept is the y-intercept is c. If the gradients of two or more linear functions are equal to each other, then their graphs will be parallel straight lines. So practice all these exercises and examples, because this is an important lesson. You need to thorough with that to do the O-level exam paper.